Thank you for logging on to this broadcast on WellsCountyVoice.com. Since the onset of COVID-19, we have all had to experience social distancing. And this is true with high school sporting events. Our school administrators are doing their best to keep our kids, teachers, administration, and their families healthy. We are honored to be a part of the solution to contain and overcome this, as well as promote our student athletes. We wouldn't be able to bring this broadcast to you if it wasn't for our sponsors you hear throughout the broadcast. Please shop their businesses, use their services, and tell them thank you.
Live from downtown Fort Wayne at Parkview Field, welcome to another production of high school baseball on WellsCountyVoice.com. Good afternoon, friends, and welcome aboard. Alongside my good friend and partner, Alex Howard, I'm Derek Decker, and it is a pleasure to be with you here this afternoon. And first of all, we're happy that we can be here tonight because the field conditions were not great earlier today, but some sunshine and a little bit of that spring breeze here in Indiana has helped us out to play baseball here today. Norwell and Snider. Alex, today should be a good one. The Panthers come in at 5-1, Norwell at 5-3. The Knights took one on the chin against Homestead on Tuesday night, but what was a tremendous effort in less than ideal conditions. I guess that was Monday night up at the Ash Center. That was a great game. You could argue that's the best played game Norwell's had all season, even though they came up on the losing end. Yeah, Homestead obviously a top 10 team in the state. Yes, in the state. And Norwell hung with them, led 4-0 for a majority of the ball game until Homestead brought in the big guns and a D1 prospect and to pitch and kept the Knights hitters off balance and kind of stifled the Knights offense from there. But honestly, you take away a few errors by the Knights and a couple things go their way. I mean, the Knights walk out of the Ash Center with a win on Monday night instead of a loss. Norwell got a tremendous start from Brody Bolin. He had his best stuff cooking, a strikeout guy against a Homestead team that was fantastic offensively top to bottom. Yeah, his placement in the zone on Monday night was impeccable and kept the ball down low, kept the ball in the ballpark for the most part until the fourth, fifth inning, right, where Matheson finally put one out, another D1 prospect for Homestead. And Brody Bolton really showed his potential of doing on Monday night. Yeah, that's right. So everybody being introduced here tonight at Parkview Field. This is a special day, obviously, for both of these clubs. Norwell, it's been several years since they've been here. They've taken on a couple different teams. At times, we've talked about some conference games that have happened here in this building, including Leo several seasons ago. But Norwell and Snider meet tonight. This is always a good matchup. Every year, Norwell has won 3 of the last 4 between these two clubs. But Snider took the last game in 2019 in an 8-4 victory, and these two teams will get together here tonight at Parkview Field. Norwell is the designated visiting team here today. They're located in the third base dugout, and they're wearing gold and navy and white pants. Snider is in the black with the yellow numbers, and they are the home team today. We will have the national anthem, so we'll have to take a break for that, and then we'll return. But we're so happy that you could join us here this afternoon on WellsCountyVoice.com. So with that, we will take a break, and we will return in just a moment on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. IPT has been a trusted part of your community for over 32 years. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy. where people go to get better.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Back here at Parkview Field, we are located in the visiting radio booth here today on the second level with a tremendous vantage point, one that we don't often get in high school baseball, so it'll be nice to see the game from this perspective here today. But Snider will start like this defensively here this afternoon. It's Vervink, Swanson, level in the outfield left to right, and around the infield, George, Hinton, Dane, and Hale with Trevor Newman starting behind the dish. And on the bump today for Snider is Jacob Byler. Byler is making his first start of the 2021 season. Norwell will go Riley, Graft, Bailey, Bolin, Shelton, Bussell, McBride, Bodenheimer, and Morgan. 1 to 9 in their lineup today. No Rocco Haynes, no Josiah Leidig, both out with illness ahead of today's game, and that was not announced until just a couple hours ahead of first pitch here today. The second game tonight will feature Carroll and East Noble, and Carroll will be a favorite in that one, but I imagine a few folks may stick around, check out East Noble a little bit. The Knights are on the schedule here in a couple weeks to take on Norwell, but again, just a tremendous opportunity to be here. It's turned into almost a perfect day in Northeast Indiana. We're on a little bit on the cool side, but it's sunny. There's a little bit of a breeze. It is blowing out for what that's worth, although be hard to imagine anybody getting one out here. It's doable down the lines for sure. But the straightaway center might be a tougher feat for these high school guys. Again, it's always going to be interesting to see how each defensive player shifts and understands where they're at defensively on the field and on the infield as well. We were talking about it before the game. This is obviously a much faster track than any of these guys normally play on outside of turf infields.
Yeah, the infield is short and the dirt is real good for being a minor league ballpark, and so the ball travels much faster on the ground. And then the outfield, the key is to keep it in front. You want to cut it off, you want to take a good angle and don't let it roll past you, because you could run forever in this field.
All right, first pitch is called ball one, down and away. We're underway. First pitch from Byler at 4:36, so got underway just a little bit late here today. But again, just almost perfect conditions as ball two skips down and out to Eli Riley, the leadoff hitter for the Knights, hitting a cool 304 with a team best 5 stolen bags on the year. 50 degrees at first pitch today. Partly cloudy skies. Wind out of the west at 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting to 20 at times. Strike call on the outer half to Riley to lead this thing off. Graff then Bailey here in the Norwell first. Quickly into his line, and that ball is hammered to deep left field. Going over is Vervink towards the line, and he will make the grab on a deep fly out on the first hitter of the game. Riley put a charge into it, but got under it, and the wind pushed it back fair.
Yeah, real good piece there by Eli Riley, though, to turn on it. And in most ballparks, that's close to the wall, I would think. Maybe not quite, but a good piece of hitting there to start for the leadoff hitter. You want to try to keep the ball down, though, with the wind whipping here at Parkview Field.
Just over 330 to left field down the line here at Parkview Field. 318 down the right field line. 400 to straightaway center. In the 370s near the alleys. First pitch up and away to Luke Graft, who has drawn 7 walks on the season, hitting 333 in that 2-hole. Here's a strike call on the outside black on a fastball. Looking for a nice pace here today. These two teams are very good at understanding what each other does. These are two proud baseball programs. There's strike 2 at the knees of Graft. But Homestead was a similar thing. It's always good to see two programs with high baseball IQ and history behind them get together on a baseball field. It almost always turns out a good product. There's a wave and a miss by Graft. It's dug out of the dirt by Newman. He'll have to throw to first where Brendan Hale is there to complete the second out.
Uncharacteristic at bat there for Luke Graft. Usually really good at finding the ball in those two-strike situations and just putting the ball in play. A rare wave and a miss.
Graff strikes out for just the 4th time this season, and in steps Leighton Bailey, who is the starting pitcher for Norwell today. Bailey on the season is hitting .409. That number's come down here in the last week. He scorches this one foul wide of third. Bullpen's in play here, obviously at Parkview Field down the line, similar to many high school places. They're situated with their sides up against the third and first base fences. The dugouts are very large here at Parkview Field, which is always nice for high school players to get a taste of. The strike one coming to Bailey. Misses outside. Ball and a strike. Just a nice little crowd has filed in here today. The third base side is shrouded in shadows, and the first base side basking in sunshine. That's off the plate, 2-1 to Bailey. 50 degrees, wind blowing out to right center. And Riley already put a charge into one to test that wind a little bit, and it definitely helped it stay in fair territory down the left field line. There's ball 3 to Bailey as it bounces in there. Bailey in a hitter's count after Riley flew out and Graff struck out to start this top of the first.
Yeah, good at bat here by Leighton Bailey so far, and works himself into a hitter's count. Looking for him to turn it loose here.
The 3-1 is grounded up the middle. To his right is Dane. He gloves it on the backhand, throws to first, and Hale cannot scoop it out of there, so it's an infield single for Leighton Bailey. That was a nice play by Dane to get to the baseball, a good backhand, and the throw was going to be in time, but Bailey there and able to reach after Hale was unable to corral it at first.
Yeah, that's a tough play for a second baseman, going backhand in the hole there in the middle. You don't really get your feet under you to make a real strong throw.
Well, I guess, one of the things here at Parkview Field, obviously, is we have somebody else making the scoring decisions, and that was ruled E4 on that play. That's a tough error for a high school player. But in steps Brody Bolin here for the Knights. And Nathaniel Whirling, by the way, is courtesy running for Bailey. And Bolin pops this one up into right. This is medium distance out there for Langston Level. And he dropped it! That ball went in and out of his glove. On to third is Whirling. He's going to try to score. The relay coming to the plate is a one-hopper, and he's out by a mile if Newman was able to hang on, but he can't! And Whirling scores. So a couple mistakes by the Panthers, and the Knights take a 1-0 lead. That was a routine fly ball by Bolin to medium right, where Langston Level was drifting towards the line. He tried to make a basket catch, missed it, then threw a one-hop strike to Newman. The slide by Nathaniel Whirling was going to be way late, but he scores as Newman can't hang on to the baseball, and it's 1-0. Well, how about that sequence?
Sometimes it can happen on fields like this where your nerves and you're playing a bigger ballpark, and this game just carries a little bit more weight than what you think.
So Bolin takes second, and now Cade Shelton hits here for the Knights. Shelton has only appeared in 3 plate appearances on the year, and he grounds the first pitch he sees to the right side. Roll me over to the second baseman, Dane. This time it's routine once again. Norwell does not come up with a hit in the first inning, but they take the lead off of a pair of Panther errors. We'll take a break and we'll return with the Snider first here on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSCA Champions Network.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic in Bluffton. My goal with chiropractic treatment is to make you feel and function better by providing neurostructural corrections to help put your spine back into alignment, to strengthen your nerve system, and to relieve nerve pain. We strive to help you heal and stay healthy for years to come. Our full-service chiropractic team in Bluffton provides corrective exercises, lifestyle advice, along with spinal and postural screenings.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Altair, and I'm proud to join the team here at Corrective Chiropractic. Our goal is to figure out what is causing your pain and restore movement to the optimal level. From infants to older adults, chiropractic is a safe way to manage growing pains and other body trauma. Did you know that chiropractic care can strengthen your overall immune system? Give us a call at 260-353-1400. Chiropractic care can help you on your journey to the best version of you.
Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
No RBI for Brody Bolin there in the top of the first, but Norwell takes advantage of a pair of Snider errors to take a 1-0 lead. Here's how they'll line things up defensively this afternoon. Bustle, Graft, and Bodenheimer left to right in the outfield, and then on the infield, it's Brody Bolin, Cade Shelton at the corners, Bo Morgan, Luke McBride. Up the middle, Eli Riley starts behind the dish, the future collegiate catcher at St. Francis, and Leighton Bailey on the hill today for Norwell, making his third start of the season, a team best 1.17 ERA, 8 strikeouts to 1 walks. Alex, a guy that throws strikes early and often in counts, and is really a ground ball pitcher who doesn't get a lot of strikeouts, but certainly keeps himself in his pitch counts efficient as he works on the mound. One of the more efficient guys as far as keeping that pitch count low for the Knights.
Yeah, Leighton Bailey, a true competitor in anything that he does, and pitching is no different. He keeps the ball exactly where he needs to keep it. It's down, and it's effective. And his fastball is, he points it well, he places it well, and then the off speed, he complements it well with that. Good pitcher for the Knights squad, just as a sophomore.
Darren Swanson, Drew Dane, Cade Hinton make up the top third of the Snider lineup, and the first pitch that Swanson sees is popped straight up on the infield. Bailey's calling everybody off, and it drops. Luke McBride should have taken control of that right away. Bailey was camped under it, and so these two teams have combined for 3 errors here. We've only recorded 3 outs in the first inning.
Yeah, that's a classic situation of you don't want your pitcher to feel the ball, but Leighton was kind of camped under that, and Luke McBride tried to call him off at the last second, and an error nonetheless.
Bailey steps off as Swanson is over there at first. Allow the leadoff runner to reach, and Swanson has swiped 4 bags, good for second best for the Panthers. First pitch is down and away. They back pick to first. Swipe tag is late. Drew Dane, the hitter, he's .381 to the two spot for Snider on the season. He's been hitting kind of in that same spot. Snider's done a similar thing to Norwell where they don't mess around with their lineup all that much. Obviously, Norwell had to a little bit today with no Rocco Haynes and no Josiah Lighted. That pitch line towards left, soft serve. It drops for a base hit, and Bussell plays it on a hop. And the first 2 have reached here in the bottom half of the first for the Panthers. It's the first hit of the game. It comes off the bat of Drew Dane. And in steps Cade Hinton, the shortstop, who is hitting .368. Already Snider threatening here in the first. So infield pop-up that drops, and then a soft serve single to left here in the Snider first. We mentioned Bailey's a guy that pitches to contact more often than not. First pitch is fouled straight back. Snider already, you can see, taking a very aggressive approach at the plate, not afraid to swing at the first pitch.
Yeah, and Leighton puts it in there, and hitters that are ready to swing are going to get something to hit. And, Leighton's going to let the defense work behind him.
Bailey stares in for the sign. Norwell in their Vegas gold uniforms with navy sleeves and trim. The 0-1 is fouled back, out of play, first base side, and into the club level seats.
And drops down, drop through.
And a lucky Panther fan has picked that one up. But this is a high school game, so there are not 537 baseballs on command, as there might be here in a couple of weeks. Tin Caps open their season on May 4th here at Parkview Field. 0-2 slap foul down the line again. That one reaches the concourse. Happy to see fans back in the stands here at the ballpark. Of course, the high school games were the first time that fans had returned to see a baseball game since 2019. These have been going on for a couple of weeks, though. 0-2, he spikes it in there. Could not get hit into chase. He takes ball 1.
Yeah, don't mind that pitch there from Leighton Bailey. Make him work and see one here.
It's 1-2. Swanson is at second. Drew Dane at first in a 1-0 game. And a swing and a miss. Big strikeout there by Leighton Bailey. We talk so much about Norwell pitchers being able to get into strikeout situations and get them when they need them most. Exhibit A right there.
Yeah, Norwell pitchers do very well when they work ahead, get the first strike, and stay ahead. And Brody Bullen on Monday night was an example of that. He stayed ahead of Homestead hitters and even got himself a few strikeouts.
Well, Dom Moon is hitting .500 for Snider, and that is with qualifying at bats. And ball 1 up and away to Moon. This is not a guy you want to leave something over the plate to. He has a couple of doubles, 7 driven in on the season, and an RBI opportunity with 1 out here in the Snider first. Fastball grounded foul, and it hits Moon in the box. And it evens the count at a ball and a strike. Hitting a lot of swings early in counts for Snider. Just kind of feels like Bailey's serving him in there and Snider's attacking it. And that's kind of what we expected. It's been a mark of Mark Skelton's team over the past number of years. That catches the outside corner for strike 2. Bailey trying to work out of a jam, partially caused by himself, on an E1 to lead off this first inning. He comes set at the chin, delivers the 1-2 pitch, and it floats high and away for ball 2. 15 pitches in the first for Jacob Byler in the top of this inning. Norwell got a run on a pair of Snider errors.
And that's kind of the feel of these games. It's just there's funky things that happen. I know when we played here my junior year in 2015, Leo had a couple of just duck snort singles that beat us.
That's flown into shallow center and grabbed by Luke Graft. He will charge it to third, where Brody Bolin makes a glove save, and that will leave runners at first and second. Now 2 gone here in the first.
Yeah, that's just what the doctor ordered. A nice fly out there to center field, not deep enough to advance the runners, and now it's going to take a pretty good base hit here to score those runners.
Well, Blake George is a guy that can do that. 231 on the year, but he does have a double and a home run, one of just 2 Snider home runs on the season. Neither of these teams are heavy power hitters, and he pops the first pitch up. Should be back of the infield. Luke McBride is camped under it. He will haul it in. The side is retired. Norwell works themselves out of a first inning jam to hold on to a 1-0 lead on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around, just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
Towards a healthier you? Or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
Leadoff error and a no-out single for Snider does not play to run, and Norwell is able to work out of that little mini jam to start things off. They take a 1-0 lead here into the top of the second inning, where they will send Bussell, McBride, and Bodenheimer to the plate, 6, 7, 8 in the Norwell order. We're fortunate enough today, as the Tin Caps are training some of their TV staff, to have a video feed provided for us in our press box here. The Tin Caps pull off a 4-camera setup on most days for home games. And Bussell lifts the first pitch he sees into center. Swanson was right under it. It was almost hit right at him, and he shields the sun with his glove and hauls it in for out number 1.
Yeah, Knights continue to be aggressive here, first pitch. And it's kind of a MO we've seen from the Knights most times here of recent is aggressive at-bats and swinging on first pitch strikes and trying to get their pitch that way. So look for that to continue. I felt like at Homestead they were much more patient but against a better team.
There's ball 1 down and in to Luke McBride. And yeah, I can get behind that. I mean, I think Norwell's approach was really good in the game against Homestead. You also have to understand with what you're working with. And this is a strike call at the knees on the outer half to McBride. But Jacob Byler is a guy that hasn't pitched yet for Snider this year, and you want to test him early and see if you can pull that off. So I think that's a good approach. And, you know, I think Snider understands that Bailey's a guy that pitches to contact and want to attack him early in the count as well. That's ball 2 as it's wide of the strike zone to McBride. Bussell flew out on the first pitch of this inning. Bussell's been a pull hitter all year, but hit that one to straightaway center. The 2-1 called strike 2. McBride had a great start to the season. Not a strikeout guy, but hovering right around the 260 mark in average. That just missed off the plate, 3-2.
Yeah, I think McBride with a real good eye, and not a guy that's going to strike out a lot of times. He's gonna take pitches that are in the zone and at least foul them off. And
the 3-2 driven to right. Level had trouble with the sun in the first inning, but this time he makes a routine grab for the second out.
And I was just about to say, Luke McBride's a really good guy at shooting it the other way and getting the hands through the zone and shooting it to opposite field, and he shows it there.
And we're moving right along here at Parkview Field this afternoon. It was a 4:36 first pitch with temperature right at 50 degrees. Although when you're in the sun, it's really nice out here today. Down on the field, we were checking things out before the game today. Field is really in great shape considering the several inches of snow that we had a couple of days ago. First pitch misses high and tight to Trey Bodenheimer, who is hitting in his third at bat this year. Still looking for his first hit. Obviously just a freshman and getting some valuable plate experience, although has already had tremendous success at the JV level. He pops this thing up into foul territory. Lots of foul ground here at Parkview Field. Basket catch made by Braden Hale, the first baseman, a step shy of the Snider dugout. And the Knights go down in order in the top of the second inning. We've played an inning and a half. Norwell leading Snider 1-0 on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
Soaring high above, exploring our planet. A professional timepiece designed to take flight. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers on North Main Street in Bluffton, where personal service and trust become part of the memory.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
The beautiful downtown Summit City here at Parkview Field this afternoon. Norwell and Snider, and the Knights leading 1-0 in the bottom of the second inning with Hale, Level, and Newman coming up for Snider. They were able to get the first two base runners on in the first, and then a strikeout and a couple of pop-ups to get Norwell out of the first inning. First pitch to Hale fouled straight back to the screen. Most of the fans are socially distanced, obviously. The seats that are not able to be in use are zip-tied here at Parkview Field. The green chair back. Strike two at the belt to Braden Hale. That's a familiar voice. Bailey is attacking the strike zone early. 12 of 16 have found the zone. That one bounces in there on the 0-2 pitch. Hale takes it for ball one. Just, fans dressed in some in sweatshirts, some in coats, depending if you're in the shade of the sun today. It can make all the difference, and Hale goes down on strikes. Leighton Bailey fans him with a tall fastball.
Yeah, again, a good mix there by Bailey. He buries the off-speed right before that pitch and then comes back upstairs with a fastball and able to get Hale swinging there.
Yeah, it was a nice location for that pitch as well, as we got a chance to see that on the replay. First pitch is driven towards the gap in right center by Level. Chasing it down is Graff, but that's going to go all the way to the wall. It's played by Bodenheimer, and this is going to be 3 bags for Snider here with 1 out, as Langston Level has shot the gap for the first Snider triple of the season. Now, something we did not talk about pregame, Alex, is anything that reaches the gap here at Parkview Field, there's just so much room in the outfield. If you've got any kind of speed at all, you've got a great chance at getting a triple.
Yeah, and this the wall goes forever, what seems like forever for these high schoolers. And, again, if it shoots the gap or down the line, you have a lot of time to run because those outfielders have a lot of grass and warning track to cover.
Yeah, and that's one of the fastest guys in the conference tracking that down in Luke Graft. Strike one at the knees of Trevor Newman, who is seeking his second RBI of the season, hitting just .250 on the year and limited plate appearances. 4 walks and 3 strikeouts for him. Ball 1, down and in. Bailey trying to keep this a 1-0 game. Second Snider hit comes off the bat of Langston Level, the right fielder. Bailey quickly to the plate. Strike 2 at the knees and again on the corner. We talk about all the time, fastball change and work the corners in high school.
Yeah, and that's good tempo there by Bailey too. Not quite a quick pitch, but came set and went quick to the plate.
Does it again. This pitch is flown towards center. This should be deep enough to score the run. Graff ranges towards his left, makes the grab, throws an off-balance toss that only reaches the middle of the infield, and it's a sacrifice fly for Trevor Newman to drive in Level from third after the one-out triple to tie us at 1.
Yeah, that's what the doctor ordered for Snider, and get the ball up in the air, send it out to center field, and tie this ball game up at 1.
Nice piece of hitting there by Trevor Newman and a good approach. And Blake Vervinkt steps in for Snider. And he squares to bunt on the first pitch, tries to push it down the third base line, and it's snagged in foul territory by Riley. Vervinkt is a guy that has some really nice speed, and trying to catch Brody Bolin off guard down there at third, playing now at the cutout of the grass. 1-out triple for Snider here in the second. Norwell got a run on a couple errors in the top of the first inning. That's where we sit right now in the bottom of the second. 0-1 pitch is fouled straight back once again, 0-2. 19 strikes on 25 pitches for Leighton Bailey. And Byler's really done his part pounding the zone as well. Looks like we might have a little fun between innings coming up here on the concourse as we get a look at our video. Here's a ground ball set towards first, a 3-hopper for Cade Shelton, who turns the glove over and steps on the bag to retire the side. Snider ties the game, though, on a triple and a sacrifice fly. We're through 2, tied at 1 on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
We're back here at Parkview Field, situated in the visiting radio booth today. A little in-game fun going on at the kids zone down the third base line, and it's musical chairs. Always nice. That's always a sign that things are returning to normalcy when you get a chance to do that. Obviously, on-field promotions are harder to pull off in high school because between innings sometimes only last about 45 seconds. I mean, sometimes it's hard for me to run 2 ads. But Norwell and Snider are tied here at 1. Alex, both teams have been aggressive at the plate today, and they have tested the defenses, which quite frankly have not passed the test really on either side so far, with both of the teams' errors playing a factor into both teams eventually getting a run.
Yeah, put the ball in play and good things happen, and with the swirling wind and the difference of the view that the defenders have with this kind of big stadium view behind them, it's all a little much for some defenders and kind of hard for them to settle in. So being aggressive at the plate, putting the ball in play, and good things will happen.
Bo Morgan leads things off here in the top of the Norwell third, and then it'll be Riley and Graff. Morgan getting his first at-bat of the day, tries to bunt on the first pitch and missed it. Strike 1 to Bo Morgan, who has had a rough go on the 2021 campaign, just 1 for 10, and 8 of his 12 plate appearances have resulted in strikeouts, although he did have his first hit against Homestead Monday night at the Ash Center, an ice-cold Monday game. Takes the second pitch inside as he turns away from it, and it missed the inside corner for ball 1. Morgan starting at shortstop for the first time this season today with no Rocco Haynes. Of course, Norwell loses a bat that's hitting .630 in the lineup. There's strike 2 on the corner. Breeze pushing through here in Parkview Field. At times today, gusting up to 20 miles an hour, blowing out. And the 1-2 delivery coming to Bo Morgan. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 9 for Morgan. Second strikeout for Jacob Byler here on the day. One gone here in the third. Here comes Eli Riley for the Knights, who really got into one in the first inning and flew one deep to left. But Blake Vervink's got a nice jump on it, and the wind pushed it back into fair territory for Vervink to have a chance to make that play. Swing and a miss on offering number 1 to Eli Riley. In and out of the shadows we go. There's really not a lot of clouds that dot the horizon here as we look towards the skyline in Fort Wayne. But under 1 right now. Ball 1 to Riley. Byler's worked ahead of his hitters. This has been a really good matchup so far between these two pitchers who are really down the depth chart for both teams. The 1-1. Called a strike at the knees. Snider does have some bullpen action for what it's worth. And that is Grady Tarney down there in the bullpen, who has appeared in a couple games and pitched 4 innings for the Panthers. 1-2 is flown into right, shallow. Going back is the second baseman, Dane, coming on his level, and it drops in between those two plus Duran Swanson in center. And so that is a bloop single off the bat of Riley with 1 out here in the third.
Yeah, and then just as I said, when Leo had about 3 or 4 of those against us back in 2015, and again, it's a lot of ground for the infielders to cover going back, and a lot of ground for the outfielders to cover coming forward, and those bloop singles can happen.
Byler takes a look over at Riley, and the first pitch by Graft is skied foul. Riley is a guy that leads the team in stolen bases at 5. This has not been an overly aggressive Norwell team on the base paths this year, stealing only 16 bases in 8 games. Byler takes another long look at Riley. Riley turned towards second, off he goes. Pitches outside, throw down to second on the money, but Riley beats it and hangs on to the bag for a stolen base.
Yeah, the catcher that is really good at throwing people out is also really good at swiping bags and getting his hand down under the tag and into the base.
Yeah, that's a nice piece there by Eli Riley, who got a good jump, and that was a good throw by Trevor Newman. That was really maybe right to the middle of the bag instead of towards the runner's side, the first base side. Foul tipped into the glove by Graft, and it's 1-2. Graft struck out in his first at bat, uncharacteristic of him. All the snow is melted here at Parkview Field. Really no evidence of that happening other than the still chilly April temperatures here in Northeast Indiana. The 1-2 coming to Luke Graft. The back pick to second. Riley's back in there with a head-first slide. That was a well-timed play, a good throw by Byler, but Riley was ready for it. The 1-2. Downstairs, 2-2. The Knights making Byler work a little bit here in the third. Although, again, don't know how much longer they're going to hang with Byler. Mark Skelton already has action with Grady Tarney down at the bullpen. This might have been an opener role here today for Byler. 2-2 popped up, shallow back of the infield, and ranging over is Hinton to his right, the shortstop, who was covering the bag and breaking back towards second when that ball was popped up. Good range and good speed shown by Hinton as he puts the squeeze on the second out.
Yeah, and Luke Graft is not able to square anything up yet today, and again, uncharacteristic of Luke, and in kind of a crucial spot to at least move a runner.
Sure. Well, it'll be Leighton Bailey's turn, who reached on the air, although that was a tough error. A ground ball to the second baseman. Drew Dane backhanded it. The throw was a little bit low, and Hale couldn't pick it out of the dirt. Strike one call to Bailey. Brody Bolin waits in the on-deck circle if Bailey's able to reach here. Wave and a miss. Bailey's behind 0-2 with Riley out there at second. Infield playing straight up against Leighton Bailey. Outfield shallower depth than most guys that play this field, but just regulation distance for most high school teams. The 0-2 popped up right side of the infield. Coming over is the pitcher Byler, and that drops foul. Trevor Newman gave a diving attempt at it, and Newman could not come up with the grab. More miscommunication. The routine pop-ups for both of these teams, Alex, that have been really good defensively. Norwell with 11 errors in 8 games and Snider with 7 errors in 6 games. So this has been uncharacteristic defense, but as you said, we talked about it coming into the game today, it can take a little bit of time to adjust to brand new playing conditions and such a big backdrop as it is here at Parkview Field.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Skelton, I am very upset at my first baseman for not coming forward and make that play.
Didn't move.
That is a really tough play for a catcher with the wind pushing it back towards the infield. Again, uncharacteristic for a usual disciplined Snider team.
Ground ball to the left side. It gets through the hole. They're going to wave Riley around. The throw by the lefty, Vervinkt, is cut off, and that makes it 2-1. Leighton Bailey gets a ground ball RBI single to the left side, and the Knights retake the lead.
Like I said, it cost him there, and if your first baseman moves, it's you're batting right now instead of having to try to get this third out.
Yeah, that was an 0-2 pitch as well, Alex, and that just really makes you feel for Jacob Byler, who really tried to get out of that inning and had an opportunity to do so. Instead, Norwell regains the lead with Bailey out there at first with 2 outs and Brody Bolin stepping in the box.
And now here's a guy that can do some damage with one swing of the bat. He can rope one into a gap, or, center fielder's playing pretty shallow for what I would play Brody Bolin.
Bolin takes the first pitch, thigh high for a strike. Bailey picked up his 12th RBI of the season, which is the most of anybody playing in the game today. Rocco Haynes leads the team with 20, with far and away the most on this night's squad. Byler quickly comes to the plate, and the breaking pitch misses down. 1-1 to Bolin. Byler relatively close to a balk there. We notice both these pitchers are kind of having a tendency to quick pitch to some degree, ready and anxious to get towards the plate after coming set. So he kind of slides down, and this ball grounded sharply again to the left side, and it reaches the hole again. Bailey takes the turnaround second. Here comes the throw to third. It is in time, and they got him. And Dave Goodmiller can't believe it. Well, they're holding the tag on. Dave Goodmiller is having a conversation with Leighton Bailey, who tried to go first to third on that play.
I think it was Nathaniel Whirling courtesy.
Oh, you're right. You're actually right. But in any case, Whirling tried to go first to third, and this time he gets thrown out. The side is retired. Norwell, though, does retake the lead in an RBI single from Leighton Bailey with 2 outs, and they lead 2-1 here on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic in Bluffton. My goal with chiropractic treatment is to make you feel and function better by providing neurostructural corrections to help put your spine back into alignment, to strengthen your nerve system, and to relieve nerve pain. We strive to help you heal and stay healthy for years to come. Our full-service chiropractic team in Bluffton provides corrective exercises, lifestyle advice, along with spinal and postural screenings.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Altair, and I'm proud to join the team here at Corrective Chiropractic. Our goal is to figure out what is causing your pain and restore movement to the optimal level. From infants to older adults, chiropractic is a safe way to manage growing pains and other body trauma. Did you know that chiropractic care can strengthen your overall immune system? Give us a call at 260-353-1400. Chiropractic care can help you on your journey to the best version of you.
Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
Bottom of the third here at Parkview Field, 2-1. Norwell on top of Snider. Derek Decker alongside Alex Howard here this afternoon. So glad you could join us here on the Champions Network and on YouTube. Bailey still on the mound for Norwell, working in his 3rd inning. Swanson, Dane Hinton due up for the Panthers, top 3rd of the Snider lineup. We rotate in and out of the shadows here today at Parkview Field. 50 degrees at first pitch, and there's a breaking pitch called a strike at the knees to Darren Swanson, who popped the first pitch that he saw up in the first inning, And it dropped on the middle of the infield between Leighton Bailey and Luke McBride on some miscommunication. 1-1 to Swanson. There's ball 2, down and away. Swanson has been a consistent producer in this Snider lineup over the course of the year. Norwell a bit short-handed today, the 2-1. Ground ball sent foul towards the Norwell dugout, wide of third. Pretty much the entire third base side seating bowl is covered in shadows, except for some of the lucky few down the line. But the entire first base side is just sun-splashed. The 1-2 is grounded softly towards third. Sliding stop made by Bolin. He gets to a knee and throws out Swanson. A sparkling play at the hot corner by Bolin.
Yeah, comes across shortstop there, right at the grass. Kind of cuts it off with a little bit of a slide move and throws it over to a pretty good throw. Shelton there stretches out to make the catch.
Yeah, and Morgan was going to have no chance at that, as he would have had to backhand that really deep in the hole. And so a good play by Bolin, understanding the situation. Ball 1 upstairs to Drew Dane, who singled to left. A little soft serve line drive that dropped over the shortstop's head in the top of the first inning, or the bottom of the first, rather. There's ball 2 again, this time crossing at the letters of Drew Dane. Yeah, that was a nice play by Bolin, and the defenses are finally starting to find some ground here at some point, which knew Water would find its level, but Bailey's fallen behind Dane 3-0. Remember, Bailey's only walked one hitter in 14 innings of work this year for Norwell. It's a team low. And this time he walks Dane on 4 pitches. Here comes Cade Hinton for Snider. Struck out in his first at bat. That was really key to Norwell working out of that jam. Bailey was able to get the strikeout here of Cade Hinton with 2 runners on and nobody out. And that sparked a couple of pop-ups later in the inning for Norwell to escape unscathed. But that's 5 in a row now thrown by Bailey as that one dives down and in to Hinton. No bullpen activity for Norwell. Only 1/2 of the mound is uncovered in both bullpens today. So only one guy at a time, although that's pretty common in high school. There's ball 2. That one was closer to the zone. Bailey gave an extra look in at her home plate umpire today. And now Eli Riley will wisely call time. Again, a mark of a veteran catcher, understanding that his pitcher's frustrated as that one was close, but he nibbled a little bit to the inside corner, didn't get the call.
Yeah, but still, nonetheless, 6 straight balls by Leighton Bailey, something that is for sure uncharacteristic. And not a bad move there by the senior catcher to go out there and calm him down. Say, hey, bub, let's find the zone here.
Yeah, that's right, and it's important right now. And he does find the zone, and it's flown out to right. Boy, that is a gift by Cade Hinton, who swings at a pitch after Bailey just threw 6 in a row and pops out to right.
You know, Derek, we've been around baseball a long time, I feel like. And back when we would have played, if we would have done anything like that, we wouldn't have played the rest of the tournament, the rest of the week. No matter what we were playing, it didn't matter. That's low baseball IQ there, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. There's a check swing, but the pitch was down and in. Bailey again goes down to his knees on that pitch that missed to Tom Moon. Pretty much a fast-track ticket to a spot on the rather comfortable pine here at Parkview Field. There's a strike that dots the outside corner. Bailey finally finds the zone. 2 are out. Drew Dane is down at first in a 2-1 ball game, bottom of the third. Up high, 2-1. We have not seen Bailey go through many of these stretches this year where he has consistently missed the strike zone, and many of them have not been all that close.
And again, Bailey working pretty quick here.
There's a strike, belt high to Moon on the outside corner. Big pitch coming up here for Leighton Bailey. Again, sometimes if you can get through things without giving up a run, you can really regain your confidence going into the next inning. Runner takes off, ball down and in. The throw is a bullet down to second, but Morgan could not corral it. It skipped in there about 1.5 feet ahead of the second base bag. Good backup applied by Luke McBride. So stolen bag for Drew Dane with now a full count and 2 outs. And that's a big swipe bag because now with a base hit, Snider's likely tying the game.
Yeah, and that's not Eli Riley's best throw, but again, with Rocco Haynes out, that might be a ball that gets picked, and it was still in a pretty good spot there for Eli Riley, and with Rocco Haynes there at shortstop, that might have been picked, and who knows what it would, how close that would have been.
Well, if you've seen Riley play in person, as the 3-2 was fouled off by Moon, you know that he's got a pretty good cannon for not having all that big a stature. 3-2 once again is sliced towards left. Coming on is Bustle, and he makes a basket catch running and hangs on to it to retire the side. Bustle snags a hit away from Dom Moon that would have tied the game, and the Knights continue to hang to a 2-1 lead as we head to the fourth on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network, and the IHSAA Champions Network.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around, just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
Are you taking the first step towards a healthier you, or are you just tired of the same workout? From beginners to fitness veterans, the Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is the place for you. We offer a full range of workout equipment, personal trainers, certified instructors, a full line of classes, an indoor pool, and so much more. Have peace of mind when you work out with childcare available. The Greater Fort Wayne YMCA is so much more. Join today. Visit fwymca.org.
And welcome back to Parkview Field. Alex, Norwell once again, even though Snider puts pressure on the Knights, they're unable to push a run across, and Norwell hangs on to a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, Norwell making just enough defensive plays there to get it done. One highlighted first by Brody Bullen's good play there at third to snag a hit away from a Snider hitter.
Well, here comes Grady Tarney. He was warming up in the bullpen prior to this inning, and he enters now, and Tarney is making his 3rd appearance on the year. 4 innings overall with a 1-0 record, and has not given up an earned run yet this year. 1 strikeout and 2 walks is all in 4 innings, so another guy pitching to contact, much like Jacob Byler did through the early stages of this game.
Yeah, it just there might be a sign of a fundamental team here is, hey, let's put the ball in the zone and make him swing the bat, and that's a pretty good recipe for success in high school against most teams.
Yeah, agreed. And as we've seen today, there have been a handful of defensive miscues that have really played a role in today's game, and especially in a low-scoring contest. Cade Shelton steps in to lead things off here in the Norwell 4th. Then Bustle and McBride, 5, 6, and 7 in the Norwell order. Shelton grounded out. Roll over to the second baseman, his first time up. Kind of coming out of the 3/4 slot is Grady Tarney. Missed with the first pitch down and away. Doesn't work with quite as good a pace as Jacob Byler did. Slings that in there, and it's sawed off on a 2-hopper to George. Strong throw across the diamond, even though Shelton has long legs and good speed, and he's out by a step. Boy, for what it's worth, Blake George was playing really, really short before that play was made. He's playing about 1.5 steps inside the third base bag, which is interesting because of the fast grass. I mean, he's hanging out on the grass against lefties at least. Bustle takes a strike call just above the belt.
I think that's a fair place to play here against Bustle for sure.
Oh, agreed, right.
But yeah, Shelton almost got him there a little bit more solid of a contact, and that would have gone up on him a little faster.
Yeah, it was rather weak contact. And that is strike 2 on the black. Nice spot by Grady Tarney. Well, you can close the book on the starter, Jacob Byler, who went 3 innings and gave up just 1 earned run. But at the moment, if Norwell is able to hang on here, Byler's going to be in line for the loss, which is unfortunate because he really gave a pretty good performance. Wasn't helped out all the time by his defense. Norwell is just able to manufacture a couple runs to take a 1-run lead here today. Bustle's behind 0-2 with 1 out and the base is empty in the 4th. The leg kick, the fire. Bustle turns on it and it misses inside, 1-2. Looks like East Noble has arrived here tonight as they're walking the concourse down the third base line, checking out a little bit of this game before they get things going against Carroll. Following this game, Bustle just caught a piece and stays alive. Carroll has a really solid squad again this year. Of course, Carroll and Homestead are not in a conference for baseball. Though they're in the SAC for pretty much everything else. They did not join the conference when they moved from the now-defunct Northeast Hoosier Conference. The 1-2 pitch. Off the plate, 2-2. Nice at bat here by Bustle.
Yeah, continuing to just fight off the one pitch in the zone here and then have a good eye to work this thing back to a 2-2 count.
Bustle's the lefty stick, takes a couple of practice swings. Crowds the plate with 2 strikes. And he misses outside to Tarney and runs the count full. McBride waits on deck, then Trey Bodenheimer, if either McBride or Bustle can reach here in the Norwell 4th. Fastball fouled up here towards us, and it didn't quite make it. That is disappointing. We got a few waves from some of the Norwell faithful down there. Needed about another 5 or 6 feet, and we would have had a shot at leaning out the window and making that play.
I was ready.
The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Bustle with an arm swing and chased a pitch that was off the plate for the second out.
Yeah, a couple pitches that Newman set up outside there weren't appetizing enough for Bustle to pull the trigger in that one. Just a little bit farther in. Still not a strike, but appetizing for Bustle's arms to trigger there and gets him to wave through it.
And Bustle strikes out now for the 8th time this year. And here comes Luke McBride with 2 outs. And he drives the first pitch again into right, but over towards the line is level. That's a long line out for Luke McBride. Solid contact, but the Knights go down 1-2-3 in the 4th. They still lead 2-1 on WellsCountyVoice.com.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic in Bluffton. My goal with chiropractic treatment is to make you feel and function better by providing neurostructural corrections to help put your spine back into alignment, to strengthen your nerve system, and to relieve nerve pain. We strive to help you heal and stay healthy for years to come. Our full-service chiropractic team in Bluffton provides corrective exercises, lifestyle advice, along with spinal and postural screenings.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Altair, and I'm proud to join the team here at Corrective Chiropractic. Our goal is to figure out what is causing your pain and restore movement to the optimal level. From infants to older adults, chiropractic is a safe way to manage growing pains and other body trauma. Did you know that chiropractic care can strengthen your overall immune system? Give us a call at 260-353-1400. Chiropractic care can help you on your journey to the best version of you.
Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
We're back inside Parkview Field. Norwell on top of Snider 2-1. Here as Leighton Bailey comes back to the mound. A good inning tossed by Grady Tarney to set the Knights down in order. And Snider has the 5, 6, and 7. George, Hale, and Level due up for the Snider Panthers. And George will lead things off after popping up to McBride his first time up. In and out of the shadows here this afternoon. 50-degree day in downtown Fort Wayne, looking towards the Grand Wayne Center, Carson Boxberger building, and all kinds of apartments and everything else. This area has developed so much since the first year that Parkview Field opened in 2009 as a strike is called at the belt. Again, Tin Caps will open the season on May the 4th. Here coming up in just a couple of short weeks. Tickets are on sale now, for what it's worth, on the shameless plug. Ball 1 down. Hoping to find my way out here. It's more than a couple times. over the course of the year. That ball is hammered into deep left. Bustle going back towards the track. That ball carrying towards the wall, and it reaches the home run porch. Blake George takes Leighton Bailey yard for his second home run of the season to tie the game at 2.
Boy, we didn't think we'd see anybody muscle one out today, and that one's probably one of the most impressive home runs I've seen.
Wow, and he is fired up as he goes back to the dugout. That's a no-doubter off the bat. I mean, that was reaching the second or third row of the home run porch out there. That was way, way out. That was a shot. Bailey caught too much of the plate there, and Blake George made him pay.
Yeah, here at Perfect Field, you always think of outfielder at least has a chance to run it down. And as Bustle kept going back and trying to track that thing, eventually he looked up and saw it in the seats. That's quite some contact there.
That's probably the best shot we've seen so far this year from just about anybody. Riley went deep in the first game, and there's a sawed-off ground ball towards Morgan. He scoops it up, and the throw is up the line a little bit, and it bounces in, and Shelton can't hold on to it. And those are the kind of plays that you just have to make. That was a pretty routine ground ball that stayed down for Morgan. Obviously, you don't have a lot of bad hops out here, and Morgan's throw was offline.
Yeah, again, this is where not having Rocco Haynes does hurt you as such a staple there at the shortstop position. Able to really good defensively. And then having also Josiah Leidick out, who's your everyday first baseman. I mean, that's right. That's your connection right there.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And Morgan had some difficulty at the Ash Center on Monday night. Committed a couple errors in right field. That ball is fouled out of play.
Into the catcher and back into the stadium here.
Yeah.
They have, for people that don't know, they have kind of a metal gate on the top here to kind of catch those type of foul balls from heading out of the park. Keep them on the roof or back in play.
Yeah, well, the good news is, even though sometimes those can catch fans off guard, they don't usually come down with a lot of velocity.
No.
Usually just trickle off of the roof. That ball smoked down the line and inside the bag, and that's going to reach towards the corner. Hale is heading towards third. It's gloved out there by Bustle. He hustles it in to the cutoff man, and that is a double off the bat of Langston Level to put runners on second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, a great piece of hitting. They're able to turn on it, shoot it down the line, and Norwell head coach Dave Goodmore will make the somber walk out to the mound to meet with his pitcher and catcher.
Well, that was a shot off the bat of Langston Level, and Level has his third double of the season. We noted that this Snider team is not a real power-hitting group, okay? 11 doubles and just 2 home runs, no triples coming into today. They've got all of those things already before we've even reached the fifth inning. Eli Johnson is heading to the Norwell bullpen, and so Dave Goodmiller trying to stretch the time as much as he can. Johnson was not up before that ball was shot towards the corner, and really, Bailey, for the most part today, even though he's had to work out of some jams, had been on very much cruise control for the most part again, as we mentioned, but had been pretty solid all day, and now the last 2 hitters have absolutely barreled him up. Did not help with the error that allowed Braden Hale to reach on a routine ground ball. So now nobody out for Trevor Newman and 2 runners in scoring position here for the Panthers in a deadlocked game at 2. Bailey comes set just below the chin. Fires a pitch that's down and away. Newman drove in a run back in the second inning on a sacrifice fly, which tied the game at that point, making 1-1. Swing and a miss, though, here by Newman. Norwell's infield still plays it straight up, willing to concede the run here in the 4th inning. McBride plays a step on the outfield grass, now comes in. Morgan playing medium distance at short. Pitches off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike to Trevor Newman. With the corners even with the bag. here for the Norwell defense. Not even an hour in. We're almost through 4 innings. Tied at 2 here at Parkview Field. This pitch grounded toward the shortstop, and it goes under Morgan's glove and heads into left field. And now we're going to have, I think, interference on Langston Level. If that's the case, then the play should have been killed immediately, and they'll send Braden Hale back to third. There's no doubt Level kind of got in the way of Morgan there.
Oh, yeah, 100%. He kind of hesitated and on his way back to second.
And the rule would be that Level goes back to second, Hale goes back to third, and the hitter Newman is out because that's who the play would have been made on. So that's Mark Metler who pointed that out. And what, they didn't call anything? Well, I don't understand that. Mark Metler pointed that out right away, and then they don't call it. And I understand, letting it play out and then calling it later, but...
And they didn't even give coaches an explanation.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, some weird thing. Now, if you don't want to call it, fine.
Right.
That's fine. And it apparently is not going to get called, so that's going to be the third Norwell error of the day. That's going to go E6. That's a really tough one.
That's a really tough error to take.
But it's not going to get changed, apparently. And Snider takes the lead on that play.
I'll just keep my mouth shut on that one.
Well, again, that's a kind of a train wreck play, and I can understand getting behind not calling that. But Mark Metler was the one that called the umpires together, not a coach that came out and asked, and then they got together. Metler had his left arm out immediately.
He pointed it out.
And then doesn't do anything about it. So that's kind of a weird sequence there, and it does allow Snider to take the lead.
Can't be afraid to make a call there if you're the umpire, especially if you see it.
Well, Level retreated to second, and this 4th inning continues to implode here for Norwell. 2 errors in the inning, a home run to left, a double down the line, and 2 runners are still on with nobody out here for Blake Vervinkt. He squares to bunt, lays it down on a push bunt, and it's a foul ball. Riley touches it in foul territory. Snider has taken a 3-2 lead. There's always some fun that happens up here. Boy, we were talking about that Leo game earlier where some things just found the outfield grass and everything, and some bloop singles, and that's the way baseball goes oftentimes. Feels like that's the way things are going here for Norwell today. Granted, they have not helped themselves out defensively. There have been some routine plays that have not been made by the Norwell defense, as Bailey does an inside move but doesn't throw the ball to second. Morgan was there to cover the bag, but Level wasn't that far off. Snider has played at 2 here in the bottom of the 4th to take their first lead of the game. They tied it briefly at 1 in the bottom of the 2nd, but now they're in front for the first time. Squaring to bunt again. The pitch is way high to Vervinkt. Vervinkt is a guy that bunts in situations quite often for Snider, and he already attempted to do that earlier today in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Again to bunt, pushes it, but that's going to roll foul. Bolin picks it up in foul territory, and I highly doubt that Vervinkt will be trying to bunt once again. But you never know.
Yeah, no outs here in a clear bunting situation. I might give him the green light to go ahead and do it again, especially being a 9-hole hitter with the top of my lineup coming up.
Well, and he obviously has a feel on how to get it down. It's not a matter of that. It's just a matter of keeping it fair. Almost looks like he's trying to do too much and bunt for a hit. And in this situation, you just want to move the runners over. He is swinging away here. Ball is down. Runners take off. Riley fires a ball to third, but the throw was high, and Level hangs on to the bag. And both runners advance on the wild pitch.
That's a tough play for Eli to make, because he's kind of ranging away from third base and has to try to make that throw across his body back to Bolin there at third. But Bolin reaches up there to snag the high throw. I thought Bolin could have stayed back a little bit and had a better chance to tag out the runner there.
So now the infield will play even with the grass and try to cut down the run at the plate. The 2-2, swing and a miss, and he sits down Vervinkt, who's the bottom of the order, but does get a big strikeout here for the first out of the 4th inning. And now you're just another out away as Norwell will retreat. The infield will anyway, and the middle will play back here, which is interesting because now they'll allow the runner to score if that's the case. So Vervink strikes out for the 4th time this season. And the first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Swanson, is off the plate. Swanson is 0 for 2. Reached on an error, grounded out last time up. And now we've got a loose baseball that coming from the bullpen. Eli Johnson is down there for Norwell. Bailey's only at 65 pitches, which isn't all that many. Defense. There's a strike call in the outer half. Darren Swanson, the center fielder for the Panthers, average run offensive output. And this ball deep enough to get the run in, as Level will tag from third. It's a sacrifice fly for Darren Swanson, and Snider's lead is extended to 2.
In hitting or situations where you need good hitting, Snider's delivering.
Drew Dane is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Reached base twice. First pitch, letter high, called a ball to Dane as he backs himself out of the way. Newman out there still at second, so an RBI opportunity remains. The bottom of this 4th inning. Down and in, 2-0, and Bailey has definitely lost his touch a little bit as this game has worn on. He's been less precise with his fastball. He's missed more consistently. Kind of all over the place, really. Not a Cade Hinton, though, is the 3 hitter, and is .368 with a team. Goes first to third, and then on the throw, Cade Hinton takes second. RBI extends their lead once again to make it 5-2.
And again, just a good piece of...
Who is 0 for 2, a couple of pop-ups today. But Moon was hitting .500 coming into today. Ground ball sharply hit towards first. It was bobbled a little bit by Cade. Comes up with 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, and their lead is now 5-2 on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sport, or auto accident, or just keep suffering from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension, Corrective Chiropractic can help.
I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic, serving Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding area to help you feel and function better. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza, Bluffton, Indiana.
We're back here at Parkview Field, and once again, some fun happening between innings on the concourse with the pony hop. And nice to have JP back on the call of the pony hop, which we're so happy to have back here inside Parkview Field. But Snider had plated 4 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Norwell really hasn't shown any ability to touch Grady Tarney. He went 1, 2, 3 in the top half of the 4th inning. And, the defense continues to scuffle for Norwell. And it just makes you wonder, how much of the defense plays a factor here for the Knights this season. Because not that you could pin that game on Monday on the defense, but there have been some more consistent struggles as the season has gone on. Really, at the start of the year, Norwell was fabulous defensively and was locked down. Even though you weren't facing real quality competition, that doesn't really matter for your defense, as the first pitch is well up and in to Trey Bodenheimer. But here today, it has cost him dearly in a couple of big situations, and one of the main reasons that Snider has a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, just not locked in on defense and making some silly errors and not being in the right spots, and it's cost him the opportunity to get out of innings, and when Leighton Bailey really needed it, and again, it led to this 3-point lead or 3-run lead here for Snider.
Well, we are in April, so we're well past basketball season at this point. That's
right
down and away. 3-0 here to Trey Bodenheimer, who is searching for the first reach base of his varsity career. Flew out his first time up, hitting in the 8th spot today for Norwell. 3-0, call the strike, get me over fastball that catches the outside corner. One would have to imagine that Eli Johnson is probably coming into the game in the bottom half of this inning, no matter what happens here in the top. The 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Bodenheimer. He almost swung out of his helmet.
And that's what you get from the freshman. He's tremendous stature, real strong kid.
Yeah.
And he wants to peel the sleeve off the baseball every time.
Again, he has had really good early season success at the JV level. The payoff. This ball is crushed into the gap in left center. Going over is Vervink. Back is Swanson, who tracks it down in the gap. The southpaw ranging over to his right, although that ball was charged by Trey Bodenheimer.
Yeah, and that's what he's capable of doing. Just hangs up just a little bit too long when kind of pushing that thing out to center. Center fielder Swanson able to put a grab on it.
Comes Bo Morgan, who struck out his first time up for strikeout number 9 on the season. Just got to find a way to put one in play. Well, that would have been a good way on as well. Curveball, and he was bailing out of the way. It does not come back to catch the inside part. Ball 1 to Bo. Morgan just 1 for 11 on the young season. Fastball way outside. Morgan hasn't made more than a couple starts in the lineup. Now, he's started defensively in most games for the Knights on the year, including one start on the hill, which he lost against Heritage last Thursday. Norwell has lost 3 out of its last 4. A 10-1 defeat to Heritage, and then an 8-7 loss in the championship game of the Crawfordsville Invitational against Lafayette Central Catholic. This ball golfed down the line and right. This is going to drift out of play into the seats, actually down towards the picnic tables. 2-1 to Morgan. Then Norwell went to the Ash Center Monday night and lost to Homestead 6-4. Was scheduled to play Jay County on Tuesday. Obviously, 4 inches of snow does not help that situation out. That game has not had a rescheduled date to this point. Non-conference affair, and they'll be on the road at Angola tomorrow night for a 5 p.m. first pitch. The 2-1 pitch to Morgan. Off the plate, a fastball, 3-1. That, by the way, that game tomorrow night was originally scheduled for 5:30. It's been moved up to 5 o'clock, which is interesting because Angola has lights. So there's really not a lot of pressure to get that thing moving as early as possible. Morgan, after a long look in from Tarney, takes the 3-1 pitch and grounds it foul off of his right leg. And it bounces into fair territory, but it contacted Morgan in the box. 3-2 to Bo with the leadoff hitter Eli Riley waiting on deck. We really got off to a fast start in this game. We've started to drag a little bit. The bottom of the 4th inning took forever thanks to a couple Norwell errors and a handful of really nice Snider hits. The 3-2 once again. Swing and a miss. They go inside to complete the strikeout. Morgan's down for the 2nd time on strikes. Comes Eli Riley with 2 outs and the bases empty in a 5-2 game.
Well, here at the top of the Norwell lineup, certainly 4 guys that can string a couple hits together and maybe scratch across the run here with 2 outs. But it all starts here with the St. Francis commit, Eli Riley.
This has got to be a frustrating stretch for this Norwell team right now because you feel like they're on the cusp, obviously, again, on Monday night, right there with one of the best teams in the state. And that's in all classes. And Riley gets plunked on the first pitch that he sees. And he tried to start him off with a curveball again, and it never broke back over the plate. So Riley reaches with 2 outs. But again, you know, this is just one of those times, and baseball's like that, where you go through ebbs and flows over the course of a season, and right now it just feels like Norwell can't get anything to go their way. They haven't really helped themselves out trying to make their own breaks with some defensive mistakes, but that's been the feel right now for this Norwell group.
Yeah, and I go back to the Heritage loss there. You know, we thought Bo Morgan didn't pitch that terribly. Lane Lewis also came in, the freshman, and we didn't think he pitched that terribly. But again, a couple runs here, a couple runs there, and Heritage really made a lead.
And it's flown down the line by Graft into shallow left. It drops for a base hit. Riley goes to third. He was moving on the pitch, and now the Knights have runners on the corners with 2 outs just like that. It was a hit by pitch to Riley. Then on the very next pitch, Graft serves it into shallow left down near the line to put runners on the corners here for Norwell. That's the 4th Norwell hit of the day. And so now the very dangerous Leighton Bailey hits, and then Brody Bolin if Norwell can get to him. This is a dangerous part of the order, and not to harp back on things again, but this is where Rocco Haynes would be due up in the order,
right?
And he's hitting .630. Man, it's hard to not pay attention to that.
Yeah,
because that's obviously a huge catalyst. It leads the team with 20 RBIs.
You want to talk about something to watch for here as the Knights try to roll here on 2. Luke Graff did not advance to second there on that throw with his speed. Maybe try to steal a run here. I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Tarney steps off once again to Hale. Yeah, I think I'm on board with that, although a 1-run game is certainly much different than 2.
Right.
And this is a guy that certainly has the capability to punch one through the infield and try to draw the Knights closer here in the 5th. Bailey not on the move. Apparently just high to Leighton Bailey. Didn't miss by much. And a couple of gripes from the Snider dugout. That's called a strike, and Leighton Bailey shrugs his shoulders at that as he saunters out of the box. That was rather wide. A couple more comments, this time from some of the Norwell faithful, I think. Well, everything echoes a little bit here
right.
at Parkview Field.
Could have been one person. I don't know.
Right,
Sounds
exactly.
Like 6.
From the socially distanced fans allowed in today. Unlimited fans, by the way. I guess not unlimited, technically speaking, but everybody that wanted a ticket today certainly had the ability to do so. Nowhere near the somewhere 30% capacity that Parkview Field is allowing in for Tin Caps games in the first half of the season. 1 ball and 1 strike to Leighton Bailey with runners at the corners and 2 outs here. Snider leading 5-2 in the top of the 5th. The pitch is called a strike. Bailey is on the move. He's safe at second base. Yeah. Boy, I thought he was going to be out. I mean, pretty good throw by Newman, a little bit high. Or I guess that's Luke Graff down there at first, pardon me. Bailey's still at the plate. And we'll take a look at our replay and see if we can get a good look at that. Graff was on the move. The throw was high. I don't know how he beat that. It looked like he slid right into the tag.
A break.
But, yeah.
From our vantage point and from the replay, it's a break for Norwell.
Trevor Newman out to have a little chat with Grady Tarney and just kind of calm him down after that. He did get a strike call on the pitch. So it's 1-2. Bailey could potentially draw the Knights back to within a run here with a base hit.
Certainly capable of doing that.
Right, and then Brody Bolin on deck. And so you're talking about one of the biggest situations here for the Knights all game, trying to draw back closer with 2 gone. The 1-2 pitch. It's grounded foul weakly towards third.
And that's fine. He got fooled there on the off speed and slow the hands down enough to make contact and
able to fight it off.
Just fight it off.
Bailey waits on the pitch. Long look in by Tarney. Tarney has really slowed the pace of this game down. I mean, big time. The 1-2. And a shot foul off the end of the bat. Jamie Feldizer can't make the play. Circa 2006.
He had a home run in a minor league ballpark.
He did. That's a deep park, too.
And that is
I mean, Victory
park.
Field, you have got it. Now, it's kind of a funky dimensions where there's some places that you can get it out, but, I mean, it goes out to 420 in some spots out there.
He had record speed around the bases.
That's right. 1-2, breaking pitch, finds the zone and freezes Bailey. The side is retired. Norwell leaves 2 in scoring position. Stretch time at Parkview Field as the Panthers lead 5-2 on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Always going to have sibling rivalry, and it's no different with the Heidi brothers. They went and built 2 dealerships right next to each other and filled them up with new Chevys, Jeeps, Buicks, Chryslers, Dodge Rams, and more. And some of the best late model pre-owned vehicles around, just so they could compete for your business with service, selection, and price. The choice is yours. Heidi Automotive Group in Bluffton, just 20 minutes south of Fort Wayne.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
Some defensive changes here as expected at the bottom of the 5th inning. Eli Johnson was warming in the Norwell bullpen for the majority of the 4th inning, and he enters now as the Knights will make some defensive changes. It is now Eli Johnson on the mound. Johnson on the year, appearing in his 3rd game, only 3 innings and an ERA a shade over 9 with 2 strikeouts and 3 walks. He has really struggled with his command, and that's going to be interesting to see if he is able to rectify that here in this 5th inning in an important spot. Obviously, Dave Goodmiller has a lot of trust in this kid for Norwell, as this is an important situation in a big game. Obviously, you want to put on your best effort in a Parkview Field contest. But Norwell trailing 5-2 here. Leighton Bailey stays in the game and moves over to short. And I think Bo Morgan has exited. Although, yep, he did exit. As Trey Bodenheimer stays in right. So that's the defensive changes. Bo Morgan's out of the ball game, and Eli Johnson will hit for him down in the 9 spot. But as previously mentioned, Alex Johnson has struggled with his control. When he finds the strike zone, he's actually got some strikeout stuff. It's just a matter of finding that command on a more consistent basis.
Yeah, kind of been all over the place, and that's sometimes what you see from a player that doesn't consistently play for a team or is not consistently in the lineup. It's hard for them to kind of insert themselves into a game, and especially, you know, he's a state wrestler. He's not. He's not a college baseball player by any means. He's going to probably be a college wrestler if I had to guess, and so you know he'll continue to work to help this team in any way he can, but not going to have the impact as Brody Bolin might have, or a Luke Kraft, or a Eli Riley, somebody who is going to go play college baseball.
The strike one is swung at and missed on a pitch that bounced in there. Blake George is the guy that took Bailey yard back in the 4th inning. By the way, you can close the book on Leighton Bailey, who went 4 innings today, and only 2 of those 5 runs were earned, which just really hurts for Norwell when it's a 5-2 ball game. 5 hits, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Pitch to contact most of the day. Here's the 0-2 that's down and away, 1-2. I think something else that Johnson, you know, could potentially improve is his pace on the mound. He kind of takes a long walk, a circle around the mound each time after getting the ball back with nobody on. And that pace only slows down with runners aboard. Trying to find some kind of a rhythm, but it's kind of a wide turn around the mound. It really comes flying off the mound, too, and comes heading straight downhill towards the plate. He's behind, actually, even with George, 2-2. There's a swing and a miss, and down goes George for the first time today.
Yeah, anyway, it works for Eli Johnson, I guess. Wide turn, slow saunter around the mound, whatever works. As long as you're getting strikeouts and keeping people off base, we'll take it.
George is a strikeout victim for the 5th time this year. And ball 1 to Braden Hale. The Norwell pitching staff has been striking out batters 2-1. There's a foul ball grounded just outside of the bag at third. 52 strikeouts, 27 walks coming into today. And as mentioned, Norwell has won 3 of the last 4 against Snider. Although the Panthers had a little winning streak there in the early 2010s. Norwell won 3 straight from 2016 to 2018. Snider took last year's contest 8-4. That pitch is down and in, 2 balls and a strike. There's been some memorable ones, including the 2016 matchup, when Norwell won 9-8 in 8 innings in a game where, to this day, there is no doubt, there's a swing and a miss by Hale, 2-2. There's no doubt that's the darkest baseball game that I've ever been a part of. And there was a fly ball sent to right by Quentin Middleton, which ended up being the game winner. And I just kind of had to guess on that because I had no idea where that pitch was at. There's a check swing by Hale on a pitch down and in, but he went around. And that's the second strikeout here to open things up for Eli Johnson.
Yeah, in that case in 2016, I don't fault the right fielder for not making a play on it because I don't think it's all they had a play to make.
Jimmy Craig was the home plate umpire that night and elected to allow things to continue. It should have ended as a tie in retrospect. And obviously, Mark Skelton was less than thrilled with the outcome of that game.
Now, it wasn't as pitch black as we're making it out to be, but
no, but it was
for
an
obviously average baseball game. It was
sure.
just pretty dark.
Right.
Lasted. We were into the 8 o'clock hour for sure.
Yeah, it was a long, long game. It was 9-8, obviously, so you had a lot of base runners. And
started at 5:30, I believe.
Well, it was a scheduled 5:30 start. We didn't get started till closer to 6. There's a tapper back towards the mound. It's barehanded by Johnson, and it goes in and out of his hand. E1.
Definitely.
I think, although there hasn't been an official decision made yet. It wasn't going to be an easy play, but there was, at least to the naked eye, and there's the error. No reason to barehand that by any means. In any case, going back to that Snider game in 2016, you're right. It wasn't pitch black, but it was obviously affecting the game because the right fielder on what was, it looked like could have been a pretty routine fly ball. Now, granted, it was to a deep part of the park, I think. But nobody could make a play on that. So Norwell came away with a 9-8 victory. Shadows creeping closer here at Parkview Field. Trevor Newman, the hitter, with 2 outs. Glad to hear the...
Sound like a golf match.
Glad to hear the... we're pumping in the bird noise. There's strike 2. Newman's been patient here in the at-bat. He had a sacrifice fly back in the second inning to score Snider's first run, and then reached on an error his last time up. We're in the 8th spot in the Snider lineup. 0-2 is smothered by Riley on a pitch in the dirt. Level doesn't appear to be heading anywhere. Has not stolen a base all year.
They must have a nester right above us.
That pitch is up and away, but Riley's got a great chance to gun him, and they do. Langston Level was off and running, and just said that he has not stolen a bag yet this year, and Riley absolutely smokes him down there for the 3rd out of the inning. So Snider is unable to put anything together. They draw a 2-out error, but a couple of strikeouts in the inning for Eli Johnson, and the Knights still trail 5-2 going to the top of the 6th inning on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. IPT has been a trusted part of your community for over 32 years. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Well, here's a stat that might make you a little bit shocked, Alex. Eli Riley has gunned down 6 of 7 base stealers, prospective base stealers, here on the season. He gunned down a pair against Homestead on Monday night And he has turned away a lot of guys. Now, granted, again, Level does not have that much speed, at least in the stat category, and certainly didn't there and didn't have a great jump. But Riley continues to fire strikes to second and cut down base runners, and it's a big reason why Norwell continues to stay in some games is his ability to throw guys out from behind the plate.
Yeah, he's so quick on his feet to get to that position to throw runners out, and then that arm of his is lethal throwing down to second. And honestly, we've seen it down to first, too. He's thrown his fair share of back picks to try to get runners there at first. Again, St. Francis is getting a gem of a catcher, a guy that truly knows the game inside and out and backs it up with his play.
Yeah, he is a guy that just has such a high baseball IQ, and I feel like that's an overused term, but it describes Riley so well. Just understands the game and being a catcher. And that's obviously not an easy thing to do. Ball one up and away to Brody Bolin. Grady Tarney back out there for his third inning of work for the Panthers, who carry a 5-2 lead here to the top of the sixth inning. We're in the heart of the Norwell order, and perhaps Norwell's best scoring chances will come here in this sixth inning in a big swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch by Bolin. Brody has reached twice today on an error and a single and came into the game hitting .423. Strike two on the outer half to Bolin. Nice spot there by Tarney. And Tarney hasn't always been that consistent, but he hits spots on the corners of the plate and really works things well. Understands where to pitch and where to place pitches, and is good at doing so. Has not made a start yet for the Panthers this year. Off-speed pitch is flown into left. Cruising to his left is Vervinkt, and he's called off by the center fielder, Darun Swanson, in the gap for out number one.
Again, Brody Bolin dropping the shoulder, getting under it. That's a pitch that he should be able to line drive into the outfield grass, and he's kind of dipping his shoulder there and getting under it too much, and that's why he's flown out a couple times here.
That was a looping pitch, as we got to look at that on the replay. Cade Shelton has bounced out twice, once to the second baseman, once to the third baseman. Blake George once again creeping in even with the bag. That's where he grounded out last time. And he gets plunked on the inside foot on the first pitch from Grady Tarney. Second guy he's hit, and this comes with one out here in the top of the sixth.
Anyway, on for the freshman, and the senior Crew Bustle up.
Well, Shelton walked a couple of times last weekend down at the Crawfordsville Invitational. Obviously made the trip down there with him, made his pitching debut as well. Offered 2 innings of shutout baseball. Here's strike one on the edge to Crew Bustle.
You know, that bird sound is pretty consistent. I wonder if it's not a oh, no, I see a bird right there. I was wondering if it wasn't an electronic bird noise to try to keep them out of the stuff here, out of the rafters.
Squawking. That pitch is down, over but low to Bustle, 1-1. Yeah, there's a robin sitting out here on the guy wire that holds up the netting that surrounds Parkview Field and goes past each dugout, well past each dugout, and stretches down the lines.
Extended netting here at Parkview Field for this season.
That's right. Long look in by Tarney. Everybody's frozen right now, and finally he fires the pitch in there, and it's chipped foul by Bustle. Yeah, I think the extended netting is going to increasingly become more commonplace. It already has at MLB parks. But it's weird walking onto the field because you walk through like a netting door. It's just an odd thing, right? I mean, it used to just be to lift the little gate up that
Oh, it is a little gate too.
Oh yeah, big time.
About knee high.
Again, slap foul at the plate by Bustle. But the wall down the lines here at Parkview Field is very low in comparison to some other parks. But now you walk through a screen door, kind of. It's really hard to describe because it's just kind of made out of the screen. It's just cut out of there.
Yeah.
And to walk onto the field. Also cuts down on your experience a little bit if you've got those first row seats down the line. Can't really lean over anymore, and obviously one of the bigger things that you can't do is get any foul balls down there that on grounders. That's ball 2, up and away to Bustle, and he's worked another nice at bat here. Did have a very nice quality at bat his last time up when he struck out. 5 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors, 5 left for Snider. 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors, 4 left for the Knights in the top of the 6th inning at Parkview Field. The 2-2 pitch, up and away once again, 3-2, and this is a big pitch coming to Crew Bustle with Luke McBride waiting on deck, and then Trey Bodenheimer, who put a charge into one last time up.
Yeah, the Knights' offense doesn't just stop with the front part of the order here.
Ooh, they almost caught Cade Shelton leaning over there. That's a good move by Grady Tarney.
Yeah. But the offense can continue here in the bottom part because Bodenheimer has tremendous power. Luke McBride, again, is a pretty good contact hitter.
Sure.
And able to kind of put it wherever he wants it, go with the pitch.
Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Shelton took off, and he just glides into second base without a throw. Newman couldn't hang on to the pitch, but first base was occupied anyway. So 2 gone here in the top of the 6th inning as Bustle set down on strikes in back-to-back at bats. And now 2 outs and a runner at second for Luke McBride.
Oh, it's a great atmosphere here at Parkview Field. They do a real good job keeping fans into it.
Strike 1 called in the outer half to McBride. Speaking of McBrides, Mike McBride is right next door as we look through the glass here and in the booth next to us. We got all kinds of familiar faces.
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere. Call a balk on that? So we were too busy talking about what's going on upstairs here, and Cade Shelton goes to third on the balk. So it's 0-1. Not entirely sure what he did. I'm guessing he didn't come set would be the